60 laps remaining in this Bud 100. Vern Bliss and Rick Wiley have opened up a bit of a distance between themselves in the third place number 93 of Dave Russell. Russell, in the meantime, is going to have his hands full as John Hine, Matt Alex, Todd Weir, and Sam Falone have all made up ground nicely and are running in a tight formation. Actually, now the front three in that group have opened up a little bit of a distance. Russell, Hine, and Alex over Weir and Falone. Weir having a nice comeback drive along with Alex and Hine. They were all involved in that early race scrap at about lap 7, and they've managed to move back into the top 10 here as we are now working on lap number 43. I'll make that working on lap 44 in this event. It continues to be Vern Bliss and Rick Wiley running 1 and 2.
The 26 car is back out there, but a number of laps down. The 26 did get back out. Sherwood is running, but he's quite a few laps down to the late pack.
Yeah, he's a dozen or so down right now, but the crew got the car back out and back running again, and this will be some good experience for Kirk Sherwood to run in traffic in a major event like this and just get some serious laps under his belt. As right now, it looks like Art Clark in the 7 is beginning to make some tracks again. I'm wondering if it just takes the number 7 car tonight at least a few laps to warm up and run at its best right now, as Art moved backwards quickly on that last restart, but he's starting to make up some ground on the Sammy Falone, number 88. As your lead pack putting a lap on the 18 of Denny Newrider. We have a battle for position now. For position number 5, Todd Weir in the 3 and John Hine in the 78 are running side by side for 5th place right now. Hine taking the high groove out of turn number 2. And we understand that the 18 car of Denny Newrider.
Turn 3.
And we have a problem at turn number 3. Donahue in the 66 has gone around, and another car joining him, Gary Schwab in the 86, and the car Bone 31 also spinning as well. So another caution flag on the Speedway. Caution on the Speedway as Gary Schwab, Mark Donahue going around, and Joe Carbone looking to avoid that incident, spinning his car as well. So we were about to say, just as that spin was happening, the 18 of Denny Newrider was being posted to be shown off the track because he was running well off the pace.
Well, we'll see if Newrider heads for pit road. He reported handling problems early on, said the car to push. If they twisted that bars the wrong way and put even more push into the car, it was pretty wise to stay down low on the racetrack and let the rest of the field go by him rather than to fight a poor handling race car. So we'll see if Denny takes the 18 car back into pit road. Apparently repairs were good on the Kirk Sherwood car, Rick. That car was flying out there, although as you had mentioned, he's probably 10 or 12 laps down to the leaders. The 26 car appears to have been repaired, and he is moving on.
And we are now at the halfway point in this race, Larry, as under caution they click off lap number 50, so we're halfway through the Bud 100 right now. And Newrider is being pulled over. He's consulting with Rob Lewis, the infield director. We talked about the push condition on the Newrider car. Earlier we said how Gary Schwab appeared to be a little loose. The best way to describe the difference between push and loose that I heard somebody describe is push is when your front end wants to kiss the wall, loose is when your rear end wants to kiss the wall.
Yep, that's pretty descriptive because that's the way it is.
So we're on hold right now with 50 in, and let's see, did we get the third lap in, or is this going to be the third lap here? Let's look at that magic lap counter as the car has crossed the stripe, and we are holding on lap number 50, so we have our 3 laps in under caution during this period. And no, they made a liar out of me. We counted that lap, so we have 51 down, 49 to go. The first 3 laps do count under caution, then we lock the lap counter after those 3 laps until we get to the 91st through 100 laps in this event. In that case, only the lap on which the cars are competing will count under caution. And of course, as it is the rule here at Holland Speedway with every race, the last 2 laps must be run consecutively under green before we will see the checkered flag.
Crew pushing the 18 car of Denny Newrider on pit road. Connie's number 2 remains over there. The 22, of course, out of action. More work being done on the 01. The 73 has been in and headed back out. So pit stop's playing a role here at the Speedway tonight, and as attrition takes its toll on these cars, coming back out and completing quite a few laps out here could make a major difference, especially if you're running for points.
That is true, and we understand that our version of Dave Despain, Ralph Shaheen, Bill Weber, and Jerry Punch has a story. Let's go to Kenny.
Well, I'll tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, Mark Denny is driving a car without power steering. So you talk about being arm weary. And right now, down on pit road, we have a discussion. We have a parking problem. We're trying to figure where some of the race cars will be parked. But the Denny New Rider car, apparently, Denny now has found a parking spot. So he, I guess, is out for the night, from what we understand from his crew. So the 18 push into the grass. So that's about it from pit road right now. And as we look over there, we see the Mark Denny car actually being pushed back. But he's going to be one arm-weary guy. Also, we wanted to mention, I almost forgot to tell you this, the car 41 of Tommy Reese, his car blew a water pump. And it took everything, all the belts and everything off the race car. And what they were trying to borrow from the car number 03, the leader right now, was a radiator cap of all things. Also, Vern Bliss in the car number 03, he's got a problem. Not with the race car, but he's got a problem communicating with his spotter. She has completely taken the headset, not the headset off, but she has taken off the mic and everything else. He has lost radio contact with his pit area, and he is the current leader. So if he has a problem, it'll take him another probably half a minute to figure out what went wrong, because the radio, he can't tell him. It's out and it appears like it's been out ever since the start of the race. So back up to race control. Gentlemen.
Okay, and as you know, usually we do not permit two-way radios in our regular distance races here at the Speedway. They did relax that rule tonight and allow the drivers to have in-car radios, so there's communication between the driver, their spotter, high on the racetrack, telling them to go high and low, and warning them of possible problems up front. So that rule was changed.
Well, Vern showed that he has found a way to get around this place for 30 laps without a radio. I'm sure that in a worst case scenario like he's facing right now as far as communications are concerned, he'll be able to manage just fine.
Matt, am I still on? No, I'm not hearing myself.
You're not on. No. Gary Schwab continues to consult with Rob Lewis to get his proper restart position, and we understand that we will have a white flag. The white flag indeed is showing. So it's the 03 of Vern Bliss, the 48 of Rick Wiley, the 93 of Dave Russell, the 72 of Matt Alex, the 3 of Todd Weir in your top 5. 6th is the 78 of Hines, 7th the 88 of Falone, 8th the 7 of Clark, 9th the 99 of Mark Bliss, 10th I do believe is still the 65 of George Scora. We're trying to pick out who's left on this lead lap here. Carbona, the 31, I believe is still on the lead lap, as is the 35 of Heightshouse, the 76 of Jones, the 34 of Logston. I believe the 10 of Feeblecorn is still on the lead lap. I believe Marty Kling is also still on the lead lap, as is Donahue and Schwab. Robbie Thompson, I'm quite certain, has lost a couple of laps in the pits, and Kirk Sherwood has definitely lost some laps in the pits. Vern Bliss picks up the pace out of turn number 4. The green flag is on, and we are racing once again. And Vern Bliss gets a nice jump on the restart as he quickly opens up about a 3 to 4 car length advantage over Rick Wiley in the 48, as Matt Alex in the 72 goes to work on Dave Russell's number 93 for 3rd place. Bliss holding on to the lead. He Got a nice jump in that restart. However, Rick Wiley has not allowed Vern to open up any more of an advantage after that restart. The heaviest racing going on right behind as Matt Alex has taken the low groove to challenge Dave Russell for third place. Here comes Todd Weir taking the high groove to follow right behind Russell and hope to take advantage of the situation. A little contact there. The 3 got a little squirrely, but he saved his racer. Shifts downstairs to the low groove, and now Weir in the 3 making a bid alongside of Alex in the 72. They squeeze by the 18 of Denny Newrider out there as Todd Weir holds on to the inside lane. Matt Alex working the outside, and it's a virtual dead heat as they cross the stripe in the race for 4th place. It continues to be Vern Bliss and Rick Wiley running 1 and 2. Dave Russell 3rd, and Todd Weir going around in car number 3. Sam Falone hard on the binders, makes some light contact with the 3 of Weir, but it does precipitate yet another caution flag.
And 73 just spun. He locked it down over there in turn number 3, and that spun his car around, trying to avoid contact due to the mishap up in front of him involving the 3 car and the 88, both of whom were running really strong at the head of the pack.
Tough break for both racers. Sam Falone showing that he's learned his lessons well in a pro truck. He was driving a strong race, and he just happened to be in the wrong place the wrong time. Todd Weir getting sideways in front of him, and Sammy locked him up hard and made some light contact, but made contact nonetheless with the 3 of Todd Weir.
I'll tell you another car out there that's really running strong. He's got really bad track position due to a lot of early race problems and so on, but the 35 car with Dave Heisheis at the controls, that car is flying. He's back, you know, around 10th, 12th position and so on, but that car is moving.
Imagine what he'd be doing if he had the proper aerodynamics in that car. He's doing that with a really battered front end right now, which has all the wind resistance of a semi-trailer right now. So we understand it was a quick cleanup out there, really not much debris on the track. The cars righted themselves quickly and got to the rear of the field, so we're going to be looking for the white flag this time by, and we'll be getting the restart green the next time around. So again, recapping your top 10, it's Vern Bliss in the 03, Rick Wiley in the 48, Dave Russell in the 93, the 72 of Matt Alex, the 78 of John Hine, the 7 of Art Clark, the 65 of George Scora, the 99 of Mark Bliss, and the 35 of Dave Heitzhaus. And in 10th place should be the number 76 of Rick Jones. So when we get the restart green, I believe we'll have 59 down and 41 to go in the Bud 100. The pace car off the track. Vern Bliss will again lead the field around as they'll accelerate out of turn number 4. And the green flag is out. We are racing once again. And this time Vern's jump on the restart was not quite as big as he got the last time around because Rick Wiley holding tight just about 2 car lengths behind. Matt Alex tucks it down to the inside of Dave Russell's number 93 in the race for 3rd place. Matt Alex trying to complete the pass. Matt setting fast time earlier this afternoon, and he indeed completes the pass on Dave Russell, moves into 3rd place. John Hine now on the charge. John Hine in the 78 looking to challenge Dave Russell for the number 4 position. It continues to be Vern Bliss and Rick Wiley running 1 and 2 right now. Matt Alex showing a pretty solid hand in 3rd in the 72, and it looks like he's actually making up some ground on the duo ahead of him. Dave Russell riding 4th, John Hine is 5th, and there's a break of about 10 car lengths back to the 6th place number 7 of Art Clark. And looking back in the pack, the Kirk Sherwood number 26 racer is indeed showing a very strong hand right now, but he is approximately a dozen laps down to the leaders. Now the top 5 have spaced themselves out just a little bit as they run parade formation into turn number 3. Bliss, Wiley, Alex, Russell, and Hine. And the closest race for position on the racetrack right now, well, I was just about to say was Mike Fiebelkorn in the 10, getting around Joe Carbone in the 31, but Fiebelkorn has quickly established about a 3 car length advantage over Carbone. As your leaders now getting a lap on the 34 of Art Logsdon. Matt Alex now closing on Rick Wiley. Matt Alex wasted no time in making up some ground on the Rick Wiley number 48, and Alex is making his presence felt. He takes a peek on the high side, now taking a look at the low side. Shifts it back up to the high groove into turn number 3. He'll bring it out of turn number 4 and settle back to around a car length or so behind the Rick Wiley number 48. It continues to be Vern Bliss, your race leader. Rick Wiley now holding on to about a 2-car length advantage over Matt Alex for second place and attempting to catch up to the high-flying number 03. And we have a spin. Dave Russell of the 93, who had been running top 5 throughout a good deal of this event, loops his racer out of turn number 4. He has that car refired. He's going to bring it back on the track, but he's about to go a lap down to the leaders by the time he gets it back up to speed. Tough break for Dave Russell in the 93 as the leaders now motoring on by as they exit turn number 2. So those top 3 cars have now separated themselves from their closest pursuers. Vern Bliss in the 03, Rick Wiley in the 48, and Matt Alex in the 72. Then you have to drop back about half a straightaway to the 4th place number 78 of John Hine and the 5th place number 7 of Art Clark. Your leaders are going to have to contend with some heavy lap traffic here, and I would guesstimate about 5 to 8 laps or so, if not sooner, as they're quickly reeling in a bunch of cars at the rear of the field as they cross the stripe with 72 in, 28 remaining in this event. As Vern, Rick, and Matt all move to the high side to put a lap on the 18 of Denny Newrider, and I'll put another lap on the 34 of Art Logsdon. Your leaders now looking to get by Carbone in the 31 and Marty Kling in car number 9, and after that they'll have some open track ahead of them. So they navigate around the lap traffic without incident. Carbone pulling off the track off of turn number 4 that time, so Joe Carbone having some problems in car number 31. And Art Logsdon also pulling out of action in car number 34. Matt Alex now going right back to work on Rick Wiley now that they've cleared lap traffic and have some open raceway in front of them. Alex takes a look to the low side. He has established his position to the inside of the Rick Wiley number 48. Matt Alex making a serious bid for second place right now. They're side by side out of turn number 4. Wiley tries to wind up the RPMs, working the higher groove, and he moves back out in front of Alex by a car length. Alex again making another bid as he pulls up to the rear of the number 48 of Rick Wiley. They charge hard into turn number 1. Exit turn number 2. Wiley continues to hold the advantage for second place. In the meantime, they're battling for second, is allowing Vern Bliss to pull away a little bit in the 03. This is working to the advantage of Vern Bliss in a big way, as Rick Wiley and Matt Alex occupied with one another right now, racing for second place. And Vern Bliss able to open up some distance between himself and his closest pursuers right now, as Vern trying to put a lap on the 73 of Robbie Thompson. And Allcars putting another lap on the 18 of Denny Newrider. Across the stripe this time, it'll be 80 down, 20 to go, and Larry Dye, bring him on home.
Okay, as we head them into turns number 1 and 2, the battle continues, especially back around that second position. Vern Bliss up in front, car number 03, Rick Wiley and Matt Alex locked in battle for that second and third position. They had trouble getting around the 73. The 73 wanted to hold his position, clear the 18, then he dropped down and let the leaders come on by him. Matt Alex giving Rick Wiley all the pressure he can handle as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Wiley able to drop down to the inside of the racetrack now. Although he was forced up high before, Alex couldn't get by him on the inside, so now he'll have to take him high to get out of there, because Wiley is trying to hold that car on the low side of the racetrack, and they have gained back some of the advantage that the 03 of Vern Bliss had over him. But here comes Matt Alex. Alex got to the inside that last time through turn number 3 and 4. Not quite able to pull up alongside of the Falone number 48, driven by Rick Wiley. But it appears the tires may be going away on all of these race cars, but especially on the 03 of Bliss. His advantage over the second and third place cars is half what it was only 7 laps ago. And they're closing on lap traffic. The top 3 cars are closing on lap traffic. They're moving up behind the 66 that's in a battle with a 10 car. the Mark Donahue 66 in a battle with the Mike Feeblecorn number 10, aiding to yield track position. Donahue pulls over and lets the top 3 cars by. Good move on the part of Mark Donahue. Now they pull up behind the number 10 of Mike Feeblecorn, and they're going to be in serious traffic before this race is over. The top 3 cars, the positions have all tightened up as they're down the backstretch into turn number 3 and 4. All of them forced up out of that low groove to get around the number 10 of Phoebes as they head down the main straightaway and set up for turn number 1 and 2. And now Wiley is about 4 feet off the back bumper of Bliss number 03, whereas before it was like 4 car length separation. Off that 4th turn, nose to tail among the top 3 cars, down the main straightaway and heading up into turn number 1 and 2. Wiley back to that inside lane with car number 48, but here comes Alex. All 3 of them have cleared car number 10, and now they'll have a clear track in front of them for a ways. They still could catch the Rick Jones number 76 before this race is over. I don't think they'll catch the 88 of Sam Falone. But the last time the leader clocked in at 15.32 seconds, 11 laps to go. Now down to 10, 90 laps down. The 10-lap rule is in effect as they come off that number 2 turn and down the back straightaway. Bliss with the lead. Wiley holding that 2nd spot as they come up on their Rick Jones car number 76. Jones way below that yellow line, giving the top 3 cars all kinds of speedway to work with in their battle up front. That time, the 72 car slipped just a little bit. Wiley got some distance on him. Maybe Wiley can now play offense rather than defense and try to close up on the flying number 03 of Mark Bliss, or Vern Bliss. Bliss with the lead. 03 back in 2nd. The 48 of Rick Wiley trying to close up. The 72 of Matt Alex is 3rd. In the 4th spot is Johnny Hine with car number 78. And Art Clark has just got by him. Art Clark has now moved around John Hine to move up 1 position and into 4th. Lead pack and lap traffic. Here comes 48 to the inside. Here, look at Alex coming through with car number 72. He's alongside of Wiley. The 18 car affecting this race. The 03 car, Bliss is having troubles with it. Car number 03, he appears to be slowing. Here comes Wiley to the inside. I predicted about 10 laps ago the tires were going away on that 03 car. The 48 has gone by him into the lead. The 72 of Matt Alex back in the 2nd spot. And Bliss pulling up on the outside of the racetrack. We're not sure what it may be, but it could be tires on the 03. Picking up the leader as he comes off the second turn, the 48 of Rick Wiley. And the right rear has gone flat on the 03. Rick Wiley now with the lead, car number 48, Matt Alex 2nd in car number 72. In the 3rd spot, it's the number 7 of Art Clark. Johnny Hine back in the 4th position now with car number 78. Remember that number 93 is a lap down to the leaders. The 2 to go signal is on the board. 2 more times around. Rick Wiley with the lead. The 72 of Matt Alex in the 2nd spot. Art Clark now running 3rd, car number 7. Johnny Hine is 4th. Lead car out of the 4th turn. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. 1 more time around. Rick Wiley up in front. Played the waiting game with car number 48. Wiley with the lead. Matt Alex trying to rein him in as they come through turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn 4, they head for the line. The winner of the Bud 100 is Rick Wiley. Finishing 2nd, Matt Alex, number 72. Art Clark comes home 3rd. Johnny Hine home in the 4th position. Unofficially, George Scora in 5th in car number 65. The 72 pulls alongside to congratulate the 48. A race well driven by both of these competitors. Ladies and gentlemen, we know a lot of you are heading for the parking lot. Wonderful crowd in here tonight. Take it easy. We got 3 exits up there. You can go down the hill, across and out the shortcut down to Yorkshire, or turn right and go up Center Road. Here is the winner of tonight's Bud 100. Ladies and gentlemen, Rick Wiley. So it's Rick Wiley home to victory with the Falone Trucking Hamburg overhead door. Car number 48, Matt Alex finishing 2nd in car number 72. Fans can head for pit road once the victory lane ceremonies are completed, only on foot. Do not try to take your car to pit road if you're going over there. You cannot take cars in there for an hour after the race time anyway. That'll make it 20 after 11 before you can take your car to pit road anyway. So if you want to go to pit road once we clear things in Victory Lane and on the main straightaway, feel free to do so, but walk over. It's a lot easier to do and avoid the traffic. Speaking of traffic, use patience on the way out of here. We hope you've took it easy at the beer stand and so on. If you haven't, get a designated driver. We know the area is rampant with sobriety checkpoints tonight, so please, please, please use a designated driver if you're headed out of here and you've had a couple of too many. Well, the winning driver in our Budweiser 100, his car owner and chief sponsor has just come over to congratulate him. Kenny Hangauer is down there with a microphone. There is the winner. He's out of the car, pats the car in Victory Lane. Rest of the pit crew coming over for the congratulations for Rick Wiley, a cold bottle of water. And let's go to Victory Lane where it's our Budweiser 100 winner, Rick Wiley, with Kenny Hangauer.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give Rick Wiley an opportunity to catch his breath and cool off a little bit. 100 laps, he had pressure, and it looked like at the very end, hey, it could have went either way out there. Okay, I guess you're all set, Rick. I'll tell you, well, you've been here in Victory Circle so many times. It appears tonight, though, this is one of the hardest 100s you've ever won. I can see that at times it appeared you were struggling a little bit, then at the very end, you just drove by, and that's all she wrote.
Well, actually, it wasn't the hardest. It was the luckiest, because that should have been Vern's race. He got a flat, evidently, in the right rear. I was having my hands full with Matt, which is a hell of a driver. I liked racing with that kid any day. That was a super race. Like I said, that was Vern's race. I feel bad. He's had a bad year, but I didn't touch him this time.
No, absolutely not. His car just went away there. He had a problem at the very end. How about the race with you and Matt Alex? He come right up there, and Vern was able to pull away. He was side by side with you at one point. What did you feel right then? You thought, oh, man, I got this guy to compete with now in trying to chase the leader as well.
Well, that's why I gave up on Vern for a while. Like I said, I had my hands full with Matt. I think he was a little faster. I was just in front of him, and but we had fun. We give each other a high five at the end of the race there. Tried to snooker each other in the lap cars, but I still got one up on him. But he's there, I tell you.
I'll tell you, yeah, absolutely. But I got a kick out of your crew because they were waving on. Sammy Falone, of course, he's a rookie, and I'm just watching. I'm thinking, well, they know what Rick Wiley can do. You've done it so many times in so many championships, and Budweiser 100 wins. This is a great, certainly, win for you, Sam, Dave, and all the crew. And once again, our congratulations, Rick Wiley, on winning the Budweiser 100.
Well, thank you, and I'd like to congratulate Sam, too, for his first day in a late model. He did great. It's in one piece. The kid's going to be awesome with a little more seat time. I'd like to thank Flown Trucking, Hamburg Overhead Door, Dotzler Auto Security, or Home Securities, Kenworth of Upstate New York, Clark's Auto Supply, and Speedway Auto Bodies. Can't forget them guys. They're taking good care of us this year. I forgot them last time, so Tom and all the guys at Speedways, there's one I made up for. I think that's it. And all the crew, we had a bad day. We weren't in, like I said, Vern was faster. But my crew didn't give up, I didn't give up, and we got a real lucky break at the end.
Well, I'll tell you what, Rick, you are what champions are made of. You never gave up, and eventually things come your way. So, once again, congratulations on a great run. Another victory in the Budweiser 100.
Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've got him down here in Victory Circle. Budweiser 100 winner. He's the current point leader. He's the champion. How about a Holland Speedway welcome for this man here, Rick Wiley. I'll tell you what, if I drove 100 laps, I want you to make a lot more noise. Try it one more time. Come on, let's make some noise for Rick Wiley, Holland Speedway. Rick said you did fine. I agree. Back up to race control.